how you can manifest money with ease, with your feminine energy, with beautiful principles that are going to change your life. And look for the summary where you can join me in my program, Get Joyfully Paid, or just be joyfully paid, right? Like manifesting money in a joyful manner. All right, so I'm Nicole Lisa, love coach, femininity coach, intuitive psychic. I work with the angels of love, and I love to do this work. And so make sure that you follow me and you look at what I have available on the summary so that I can help you. All right, so what I specifically nowadays, where jobs are being like titles are being erased and they're no longer official and whatnot, and all this drama and chaos and panic, rightfully so, I understand. Now more than ever, it is important to be able to trust God and to trust yourself in your capacity to make money. And this is the secret on how to make money and manifest money with ease. Okay. Let's call it the collective. All right. Let's imagine little monsters, right? Like little Barneys, like with like teeth, like that want to create fear in you, and they want to sabotage you and they want to make you go into chaos and panic, right? And then there's God, and then there's life source, however you want to call it, right? Beautiful, loving source that tells you that you are enough, right? That people are enough, and that everybody deserves to feel whole, worthy, and deserving, and act in good kindness towards others, right? Now, there's people who think they're God and like to play puppeteering with people, and they try to siphon energy by creating peaks of stress in people, which they've been doing for like 7 years or so, if you get my drift. All the panic, all the anxiety, with your family, with your loved ones, with isolation, with all the things, right? Creating all these peaks of anxiety and stress in your body and all this cortisol, that it impacts how you see and how you interact with the world. So you got to be able to come out of that matrix, so to speak, okay? To remember the most important thing. God is your source, okay? And you are the one that needs to kind of plug into that and remember that. Now, in order for you to manifest with ease, you got to unplug from all that panic and all that chaos. And you got to be able to check in your energy field to see what kind of cords and cables they're trying to connect to you, try to make you think that you need to know in order for you to be able to thrive and to survive, right? Because ultimately, these little monsters, they're trying to make you think that you need them, that you always need to fall in line with whatever's happening. And what's basically happening is that they are trying to make you feel, these are the core emotions that they're trying to make you feel. Hello, welcome. They're trying to make you feel helpless. They're trying to make you feel desperate. They're trying to make you feel like a fear of being obsolete, that you will never make enough, and that all the work that you've built over the years, because I feel like some people that are watching this could be over 40, 50, it's like it was for nothing, okay? Like your effort was like a waste of time or energy, okay? They're trying to create apathy, give up in you, anxiety. So I want you to practice connected to your energy field, okay? And just seeing, like I said, unplug from all that stuff, but see what cords or energy that they're trying to connect to you, okay? So I'm going to use AI, for example. You feel like you need to take all the courses in AI, and you always have to change what you're doing for whatever you think will stick or whatever will give you money. So you don't feel like you can create money yourself. You feel like whatever gifts you have are not going to bring you money. So you want to clear that, right? And I'm getting to explain what I mean by clearing it. There's techniques like EFT tapping that cover the meridians, but I cover one that is based in kinesiology, and in other modalities that goes deeper into your nervous system. Because ultimately, and it's very easy to do, and it's actually extremely powerful, where you get to feel whole. Like your nervous system is not connected to these energies, and you attract really what you believe, not just in your conscious mind, but what you believe deep down. So in order for you to get paid joyfully, in order for you to manifest joyfully, you want to unplug from the chaos and the madness, okay? And you don't want to turn on the news and figure out and freak out about what they're telling you all the time, right? You want to plug into the good stuff. This is why I created my program, Joyfully Paid. And I created it months ago, okay? But we're starting in a couple weeks. So what do you need to do? Because this is what nobody tells you. If you've been programmed at a frequency, and this is unfortunate, but it's true. If you've been programmed to think that you cannot do what you love and it's not going to be easy to make money, and that the government tells you what you can do, and they're playing puppeteer with you and telling you, hey, you can only do this thing, and now your job is only going to get you this amount of a loan or this thing, just trying to create like so much anxiety. I feel like somebody like wants to throw up. But what you need to understand is that you can reprogram this because God is your source. They're not. So be grateful to the best of your ability, okay? And I'm saying that grateful in an intentional manner so that you're not giving it your energy, okay? And you take the present time that you have right now to relearn, like to unlearn that chaos energy, right? That you always have to do what they say. And you take the time today to relearn new things that will give you power. So, consciously speaking, we have a set point of belief systems. But typically, those are only 10% of what we really believe. We have belief systems in our unconscious mind and in our nervous system, okay, that are actually running the show. That's why some people seem to be lucky and they have a lot of opportunities. It's like they have open doors to success. I once saw a video of somebody explaining why is it that rich people like just look at it weird when people are talking about like having to relearn their money mindset. And what the person was saying is true. Is that they grew up believing that it was possible. And we can unconsciously like pick up the beliefs that our parents had. So if you grew up, I hear, with parents like in the workforce, you grew up with a lot of parents, hello there, thank you for being here, that your parents had a belief that they had to do things to survive, that they just couldn't do what they wanted. So that would be the first belief to clear, that you have to do things to survive and not the things that bring you joy, right? And that somebody else is deciding what is possible for you, like meaning money or energy is outside of you. And then you want to and this is what at the core of at least 50% of people, like you cannot just decide what you can do. It's all about like a peak and like a chart and like what are people wanting? What are the masses? Like what's viral, what's not. This is part of the whole viral culture too. It's like you have to speak about what's trending. So you have to connect outside of you. And what this saying is that you don't feel like you have the influence or the pull to attract just like that. You have to sell something outside of you, okay? Or it has to be difficult. This is what it can say in your nervous system. What you do on the other end, like what you take the time to relearn, is to reprogram your nervous system and your subconscious into, I make money and God is my source. And that will make you incredibly magnetic, okay? Specifically now more than ever. So what are the principles that you need to have clear in order to make this money, like in order for it to flow? And remember, this is not just conscious information. This is what's happening in your nervous system. Because the image and the imprint that I saw, as you know, I'm an intuitive too. I saw like somebody wanting to throw up out of worry and anxiety. There's a plexus of nerves around your solar plexus here on your stomach, right? That means that your nervous or like system is kind of fried and worried and anxiety. You could try to give yourself a couple of affirmations, and it can kind of soothe things. But now is the time to supercharge, right? So that your nervous system knows that it's possible, that it's fun and it's easy, and that you have the right tools to do it. Now, these monsters will try to make you think that the only way that you can make money is through AI and anything that they try to make you believe. All the panic about AI taking away your jobs and that you have to learn something new and you have to invest a bunch of money in whatever carousel or whatever it is that they're trying to create. What I do recommend is that you invest your time and your energy in what I'm going to say, to be quite frank. And it is strengthening your nervous system to trust itself and to know that money is not outside of you. Money is about connection. Money is about your beliefs about yourself, about God, about yourself, and about people. Okay? So you want to have clean flows about that, and you want to strengthen your magnetism about those things. You want to be able to connect. You want to be able to be influential. You want to be able to have a community, like connect at a level of a community. Because the people that are creating these paradigms, they are narcissists, okay? So narcissist is a part of an antisocial structure. And an antisocial personality will try to isolate you and make you panic and not trust others, okay? But the solution is in connection because God works through people. God is not just going to work through you. He's going to work through other people. So you got to not only believe in yourself, but you got to believe in people. Yes, you know that there's narcissists out there, but the more you help build a community of great people around you, right? And you support each other, you will always make money. So you know this at a consciousness level. You reach out. I'm not saying that you knock on doors, or you could, whatever it is that your intuitive and your creative mind, like God-given mind, tells you to do. But what will actually help you is to strengthen your nervous system and your subconscious to believe that people will have the money, that people will want to pay, that you are working with people that are proactive. Because if you start to hold the belief that people are not going to want to pay, that it's a recession, that you have to hold your money, all of those are frequencies. Okay. But ultimately, you want to circulate the money. You want to show trust. You want to show flow. And that's what you need to learn. You need to learn how to hold the frequency of money regardless of whatever other people tell you. If you had a core belief system where your dad told you that you couldn't or you wouldn't be able to do what you love, that's an important thing to clear, okay? You want to get joyfully paid. People have the capacity to pay. So sometimes we don't have to believe that people have the capacity to pay, or basically we're believing so much of what's happening in the collective, but what we don't realize is that we're being siphoned and we're not building our intellectual capital. Like, we're not building what's here. We're actually feeding AI. We're feeding a machine, right? We're asking all of our questions to a machine and not building our intellectual capital. So in that intellectual capital is the creative mind of God. Okay. And if you are feeling nauseous to your stomach about what's going to happen, then you really need to strengthen your nervous system to not take on that chaos, but to actually receive creative downloads or information that's really going to help you. So let me know in the comment section if this is resonating. In my program, Joyfully Paid, which is below, I have two programs there, but one is Joyfully Paid, and I help you in a nervous system to have a strong magnetic influence so that you are attracting joyful money, regardless of any economy, okay? Because money is not outside of you, okay? There's a creative, how do you call it, spark? Because English is not my first language, in which God will create and it will tell you, reach out to this person, communicate, build community with this person, do this thing. But if you're too nervous, you cannot fully hear it, right? If the nervousness is getting to you, you don't pick up the signals. You start there's spiritual scripture that speaks about it's like kind of like hoarding, and you start to go into this panic. Okay, that disconnects you from being able to get creative ideas that will bring you money. And the reason between the people that are making money now, good money, in integrity, versus money out of corruption and out of greed and trying to make you feel fear, the people that aren't, is that they have a strong magnetic belief system that it is possible, that they're worthy, that they're deserving, that they can attract, that they can get their way, that God is with them, not just at a consciousness level, like here, like their conscious mind, but it's running through them in their nervous system. And chances are that they invested in it, but they never spoke about it because they keep it to themselves, but they invest in what they believe. Now more than ever, with all the different puppeteering things that they're doing, it's important to strengthen your nervous system. And what you're doing basically is that you're strengthening your consciousness and your auric field to not be manipulatable, to not be part of the matrix, but your energy will attract. It's like a light. It's like a powerful light beaming out, and you will attract other people that are in a similar like-mindedness, and you can create business with them. So to put it in other words, you can be in an environment that's trying to make you feel that AI is going to take away your job. But if you strengthen your positive belief systems about money and about life and about other people and attracting people that are in integrity, which is what we're doing in Joyfully Paid, you will attract those opportunities, and you don't have to worry. You don't have to take on the belief that it's going to take years for you to find your job, or what are you going to do if you're not going to have a professional degree for it. You will find a way. Strengthen your field, and that will lower what they're trying to do. When people are trying to break you, you grow stronger, okay? you become whole, you strengthen yourself, and you remember that God is the main source of your power. So in Joyfully Paid, we're working on reprogramming and healing your nervous system to attract joyful opportunities and money to increase your income. And we're also doing light frequency work, just to be clear. We're doing kinesiology based clearing, and also we're doing basically similar to Reiki, but we're basically working with your life chi, right? Prana, and we're clearing any of these cords or any other places where you create an income ceiling, you don't let yourself truly enjoy what you want or attract it with ease. So the link is below for you to join. You will get the information, like the link to register within a couple hours until 5 p.m. EST, Monday to Friday. Then you're going to receive the link on, if you joined during the weekend, you're going to receive it on Monday. And you can look at my testimonials because I've been doing this work for 12 years. So I hope that this connects with you. I would love to see you there. Okay. And I hope that this message connects. Believe in yourself. Don't let the panic get to you, and actually invest time and energy, resources, whatever, in strengthening your human potential. They're going to try to strengthen AI, but you strengthen yourself. There comes a time where you got to really invest in you. Okay. Like, you are the person that's actually going to help you. You don't need a savior. Okay. Like, you got to really strengthen who you are, and don't let them make you go into panic or chaos. All right. I would love to see you in Joyfully Paid. Take care.